Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Bernagazzi. Yeah, that video was too freaking long. It's alright. It's gonna take about an hour or so. Now, like I said, the longer the video, it's not because... See, the thing is, it's not because I don't want it to be long. But see, unlike on Android, it could be about so many minutes or so, even though I probably shouldn't make it very long, but I do it anyway sometimes because, I know it won't last long and all of a sudden it'll be up there. Whereas this might take forever in a day to do. Because it's from, which it shouldn't really matter whether it's iPhone or Android, but either way it does, unfortunately. So, and I need the cash, so, I don't know. But I gotta make bread. Constant freaking bread. And I'm not joking. So, and I gotta make... Oh, man, that's right. I gotta make more feed. I'm not looking forward to doing that. Well, that's alright. I got more... See, since it doesn't take too long, I can do that. So, let's go ahead and make that. Because we've got plenty of what we gotta do. And so, I think I need... one cheese to make, yeah, and it only takes 2 bread to make that. It takes 1 to make that. It takes 1 butter, 2 strawberries, 1 strawberry. So you're looking at 3 strawberries. And I don't know how much it takes, but apparently you have to have tomatoes to make French fries. Well, that's not true, because most people don't even use ketchup. It doesn't really even come with ketchup on it. So I don't even know why it's included in it, like where you actually have to have it to make it, because, I understand if you had to make a packet for it, but you're not making a packet, you just have to make fries. So we got, in 2 more levels, we'll be able to do, we'll be able to put down potatoes, but French fries won't be until 8 more levels. And 2 more levels will be unlocked for potatoes, which would be like... God, okay. I don't know. I have to calculate it. In fact, I'll be right back. Just a second. I'm going to go run over there real quick so that it doesn't take up too much time, so it don't go too damn long, which I hate that. And the reason why I hate it is because it takes forever. But, whatever. Let's not go there. I hate that. I hate when anything don't want to work. Crap. And there's so much for that calculator. This is why I like computers better, because you can do this and not have to worry about anything. So let's do this on a calculator right quick. I hate bringing up the calculator. It's not that I, because I don't like to get out of the game when I'm playing it. So, 28 minus 22. It'll be 6 levels. Right now, so it'll be 6 levels before we can get French fries. Because, I think we can go ahead and start planning them, but there's not much point. once we get in 2 more levels, I think. Yeah. I don't even know what we'd use it for, except to sell it for now. Which, what I hate the most, it drives me nuts, is when it gets to the point you actually have to go, should I do that, or should I make something with it? When it starts becoming available, you actually have to use it, even for more than one project. Even one project alone, with a lot of people coming in, like you've already seen, well, this guy is asking for 24 carats. And yet, I've got to use those carats. And all this time, I have not been able to fulfill that order because, not only because of space, but because I've had to fulfill things, like to make things in order to do that. So, that is a thing, So, we've got plenty of time. But it's just a thing, Luckily for me, the only thing and it's also because you have to worry about your train, your airplane. This is why I'm telling you that you could do this, but is it really worth the stress and hassle with it when you ain't got all the things you need, like the space necessary, especially to sell off things to people, and you can sell off stuff in your barn. That's another thing you gotta do when you start running low. See, that's the thing. And half the damn time you can't do anything without, at least unlocking buildings by getting population and doing other things that grant you gold. Grocery store doesn't really grant you gold; it just takes away gold. But I think it gathers. I want to say. Yeah. It gets population, which is what helps, unfortunately. Why it's so unfortunate is because you don't really need more population than you do gold, which is crazy. And let me tell you something else. I forgot to mention this as well. I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I actually purchased that stupid thing. I said I found it, and then I was going to try it out, and I did. But the stupid thing was, I couldn't use it the way I wanted to. I was like, there's no way. It wanted to do it like it was Metroid. So I basically spent out $4 for nothing. Non-refundable, by the way. Just for a blasted thing that I was hoping that could work to kind of, justify doing things for a while until we get something else going on. So that is the thing. So, and I'm not like most of these influencers out there that like to go, well, today at my job, it was so stressful. I have talked about my job, but and there was a lot of key details I left out on purpose because some of it I'm not even really supposed to be talking about, but some of it I have brought up. But I know I can talk about it, so it's crazy. But I don't do like these other people. Like, well, can you believe that woman? The nerve on her. Like, they'll talk about it, or they'll be talking about, like, they'll bring up, like, here, let me bring this up, and they have a conversation. The nerve on her. Man, too many people are getting into it. See, social media is, I wouldn't say smoke and mirrors, but a lot of it can be fake. I don't think it's really for, like, friends. And I still don't believe in it or buy in the idea that friendships ruin groups. How does that work? No. if people constantly spam and request for friends, yeah, okay, I can understand that, and then all of a sudden try to get you your money. And it's not just because they become your friend either. You know how many people I've had in the past? Well, I would say I haven't had very many people over the years, but this is before this became a thing when you start adding friends. I've had a lot of friends, and they didn't ask me for money. And I know that on here I've had people come on here, and the only ones that I've ever seen that's ever asked me for money are, I mean, when I first started out, there was nothing like that. But eventually I came across somebody who was wanting to be in a relationship with me, right? And she goes, and then I found another one too, that did the same damn thing. I'm like, yeah, no. I told him, I said, I'm poor. I was honest with him. I'm poor, and you should never ask somebody for money. Because they get it in their head, like, they can try and get people to pay them. Like, okay, I get that it's possible. I don't know if I really believe it. But then again, I have seen people where they struggle. But to get in a relationship, and hopefully, even if it's a poor person, you think you can scam somebody like me. Yeah, no. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to spend out money and say, here. Although I have, because I was trying to get into a relationship with a woman. I did buy a card for her. Only one. It took me a few months before I finally did. And I finally, especially because that was as well as when she finally decided to ask me. And I said, all right, no more than that. All right, no more. Because it wasn't going to happen. And she wanted me to buy more at that too. And I know as well when people were trying to do things like, okay, I know you got somebody. And then here's another thing. Another woman came along. She was like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about." Because I talked to her about. I told her, I said, I can't afford gas. Well, she don't worry about that. And all of a sudden, she says, "Oh, you got any gas money?" I'm like, "What the? You just told me you could come down here." I said, "You want to meet up? Okay, we'll go over to McDonald's because so we can trust each other. That way, it's a thing." I can maybe give you, I might buy you a little bit of something, but I'm not paying for your gas. I mean, here you are talking about, oh, well, don't worry about it. I got my grandma's car. I'll have to be fine. I can afford the gas. It's okay. And literally, I've had texts. I mean, I didn't save them, mind you, because I didn't think they were worth it. And again, I don't like to talk about my life, but what the hell? Because it brings up a good point that people are bad at this stuff. Like, they will lie to your face, and then a lot of times you think that something's going to happen, but eventually it's not, and you get the idea that, yeah, I think you're with somebody else. I mean, we can be friends, but and even then, I'm not going to give you money. And requests, constant spamming, yeah, that does ruin groups. But when you only ask for once, it's fine. It ain't no big deal. But people seem to think it is. And it's really not. I have to be completely honest. Not that I wasn't already. Because anytime I say that, it's just because I don't know why I'm doing that. I picked up on this. Yeah, a long time ago, I didn't do this. I wasn't saying stuff like that because I'm always honest anyway. Even before I started getting into this recording game and stuff like that, where I started recording stuff. The thing about life is that honesty is a good policy, but you also have to watch yourself. Like, sometimes, even a little bit of honesty, the first time someone meets you, the first impressions they say, which is crap, because, it's like, okay, it's just the truth. You want me to lie to you? I'm not going to lie to you. So, it's crazy. So, anyway, I got to go. Later.